Hey guys, welcome back to another Digimon Rearise video. In this video I'm going to be trying to cover floor 66 to floor 70 of the Underworld. I'm only going to be doing 5 floors per video. And to start off, I'm going to show you guys the plugins that I have. It's low level ones, which basically doesn't count because they don't boost up your stats by much. The few that I've leveled up and a couple that I've summoned for, like that paralysis one. The gold, there's a couple gold plugins that you get free from the Underworld. So if you've made it to this far, you're pretty sure you got the same plugins I do. In these floors, I used a couple of stronger digis, the megas, like Placiomon, minervamon, magnamon, and hyandromon. But for the next video that I upload, I'm going to use a more free-to-play friendly team because I know some people probably don't have these units. I'm going to try to put Digimons that anybody can get, like ultimates, just watered down versions of these megas. Maybe I'll use one or two megas because you got to summon at least something. But Gankoomon, he's a free unit, free to play unit. Yeah, you have to grind PvP, for a long while, but you can get them for free, basically with just points. It's not like you have to random RNG summon for him. Placiomon, any healer is a good replacement. Magna Angelmon is preferred if you have him. Mamemon is the only, replacement for Hyandro. And if you don't have either, you might struggle a lot just because, you do need those defenses. If anything, use any Digimon that may boost defense somehow. There's a couple Digimons that boost defense by like 20% or 30%, and that would, increase your chances of beating these floors. 66 to 70 isn't so hard. You just gotta make sure you do continuous DPS. Make sure your specials are always activated. So instead of going manual and just choosing when your special goes, just let it activate as soon as it's full up. Later floors will get harder, so for that, I'll explain when I get there. But there's some Digimons in later floors that heal, so you don't do enough DPS. The thing about that is that sometimes if you hold off on your special, take off the auto option. As soon as you activate one of your skills, that does heavy DPS or AoE, depending on the situation, then you can launch your special. That means that you get 2 attacks, which potentially can knock out any Digimon before they get to move. And that's a strategy that's going to be very valuable, very important later on. I will mention it later on, just as a reminder. As for my team setup, the reason I went with some of these is Magnamon, for example. Well, I just summoned him, and Magnamon's cool, to be honest. Just majority reason why I used him. But his uses is he protects you from DOT. Ganko, Hyandro, and himself are the only ones covered by his ability. So, abilities are very important here. He can easily be replaced by Ophanimon if you guys have her, Cherubimon, but if you use certain other ones like Cherubimon, you got to make sure you have units it covers, so your whole team setup changes. And I will use a Brave team later on in a future video, just for I'll swap around trying different teams. But Gankoomon, he's a good unit overall. Does high in his main skill, and he puts up a lot of resistance for your team. Hyandro is just defense. Placiomon could be replaced by anybody, like I mentioned. Anyone that heals. Preferably, it is Magna Angelmon, or another good one is Edamon. He stops stun too, so that's another thing to watch out for. Certain healers block certain stats from happening, so that could potentially help in certain floors because different floors do different stun, which is paralysis, skill, lock, and that's what makes the floors hard. and minervamon. The only reason I add minervamon here is because the 20% defense down on your opponent, which increases the damage you do. There's no unit currently that I think could replace minervamon, but you can try other high damage dealing Digimon just to cover like how much damage you might be losing, because 20% is pretty strong. The thing is that you gotta equip her with good plugins because she could fall down hard and easy. Like if she gets a couple hits, good units are like taunt units. If you have, I didn't have any taunt unit when I was making this video, but if you have what's the name, Creepymon, or I forgot that beetle's name. Yeah, they do taunt, so it focus on the attacks on them. Unfortunately, AoE no unit could be escaped, and some of these like Boltmon do a lot of damage. You just got to make sure you use your heals wisely. Sometimes it's better. It is good to use them early, because then it gives it time to reload again. So if you have a better digi than the ones I'm showing right now, yeah, replace them. Some healers with leveled up skill are better than Placiomon just because he's a mega. He's summonable. Not summonable. I think you have to get him by an egg. Um, doesn't mean he's better. Hyandromon compared to Mamemon could be worse in the sense that if you get hit with a DOT, well, you have Hyandro, it can potentially kill all your characters. Only because it has the counter rate, and you know the more your character attacks, the more DOT it takes. That's why characters like Magnamon's pretty good. However, it doesn't help Nervamon, nor does it help Placiomon. And I want my healer to survive. Make sure you try to give block rate, even if you have to use the cheap the bronze plugins. You know, at least it's some kind of protection. Don't count those out because you know for the longest in the game, they help me somewhat, and sometimes some stats is better than no stats. Again, with the Hyandromon, you know, I lost track. But Mamemon is pretty good because he doesn't give you that counter rate. Um, Instead, if you have him, it's easier to summon for him because he's an ultimate. So you might have him at higher skill levels. I mentioned Cherubimon earlier, and the thing about Cherubimon is if you don't have any kind of defense like Hyandro or Mamemon, and you just happen to summon a character like him, he can cover for both your healer and your defense up. It also offers a attack up, but you know we mostly need these defenses. If you have them, I would definitely use them. There's a couple other. The only problem with that is that for Cherubimon is that you kind of need counter or pursuit because your characters heal based on how many attacks they have, and the more they counter, the more they heal. So it increases your survivability. But if you don't have them, characters like Ophanimon go well with any healer because it keeps your healer from getting statuses and also it clears statuses. And the floors in this video, you don't really need to worry too much about statuses. In later floors, it does get a little bit harder. Sometimes you can get away with not having something that negates that status if it's not that hard. For example, blind is annoying, but sometimes your opponent's not strong enough where it could defeat you. You know, you heal more than it can do damage, and you could get through it without having blind resistance. But other floors will get harder. I will try to put the link in the description of each video of the Japanese wiki, just in case for those who don't have it. Right there, you could probably find other Digimons with resistance. Some Digimons I may have, may not. I'll try to show them. For each stage that I see that there's a status that gets kind of annoying, I'll try to suggest a couple Digimon that I do know that have the resistance to that or give the resistance to your team. And again, as a reminder, make sure you go in with some plugins. Don't do what I did and go in with non-leveled up plugins or no plugins at all. It's very important for your characters to survive. These floors are easier, but it will get harder later on because of statuses. And like I mentioned earlier, sometimes it's all about RNG. You have the perfect setup and just something doesn't go right. You know, they focus too much on one character and it just ruins your whole strategy. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next video.